Yesterday we have dealt up till root modifications are done. So, stem, the introduction is very simple beta. Stem is what? From seed germination, which part of the seed germination will be turning to the stem? Plumule, which grows positively phototrophic and negatively geotrophic. You first listen, later you can copy. Which is positively phototrophic and negatively geotrophic, that will turn on to the stem. Unlike the root, stem will be having nodes, internodes, buds and leaves. Okay, these are the structures which it possesses. The main activity that the stem does is conduction. Okay, conduction of water and minerals from root to the stem and conduction of photosynthetes. Photosynthetes means what? Food materials like sucrose and all from tip of the leaf to various parts of the plant body. You can simply say from source to sink. That is the activity which stem does, and most importantly is the mechanical support for the plant is stem. Apart from that, based on the region where the stem is developing and based on the functions that it is doing, we have three types of modifications in the stem. One is underground stem modification, second is subaerial stem modification, and third type is aerial stem modification. All the three modifications are important beta. All the divisions under that are very important, many times asked in your NEET. Okay. So, underground stem modifications include what? Stem tuber, rhizome, culm and bulb. Okay. And subaerial stem modifications include runner, stolon, offset and sucker. Aerial stem modifications include stem tendrils, thorns, phylloclades, cladophylls and bulbils. These are the modifications that we have to exercise inch by inch. So, first these are the common points which are applicable for all the underground stem modifications. Okay. That underground stem modification, the stem which is underground will store the food materials, and this will also act like organs of perennation. What does this term mean? Organs of perennation, which is nothing but this will promote the vegetative propagation and this will survive during unfavorable conditions. So, that is how you will call it as what? This acts as organs of perennation to tide over unfavorable conditions. This survives even in unfavorable conditions. This helps in vegetative propagation, and all the underground stem modifications also will possess nodes, internodes, buds and scaly leaves. Okay, they possess nodes, internodes, buds and scaly leaves. Okay. And then stem tuber. So, here these points are very important. What part of the stem is actually undergoing the modification? In the underground stem, that is stem tuber, terminal portion of the lateral underground stem is swollen, which is nothing but, see for example, this is the main stem and these are the lateral branches. The terminal portion of the lateral branches are getting swollen and they act as what? Storage stem. Okay. Which part is getting modified beta? Terminal portion of lateral underground branch. Okay. That will get swollen. Best example is potato. Okay. And as we have discussed, you can see here scars of the leaves, nodes, internodes, germinating eye, everything. Next is what? Rhizome. In rhizome, if you see, this grows parallelly to the soil surface. Okay. Rhizome grows parallelly to the soil surface, and mostly this will be branched. Fine. Which stem modification will grow parallelly to the soil surface? So, your answer should be rhizome. Example include ginger, commonly called as zingiber, turmeric, that is kursuma. Okay. Next is culm. What part of the stem is getting modified? Stem will grow vertically beneath the soil surface and this is unbranched. Unlike rhizome, which is growing horizontally, culm will grow what? Vertically. And rhizome is mostly branched, culm is what? Mostly unbranched. Example is zameen khanth, which is commonly noted as Amorphophallus and Colocasia. Okay. And fourth and last type of underground stem modification includes bulb. Bulb is nothing but that, the one which you see in onion and garlic. Okay. Simple tunic and compound tunic we will call it, we will address it as. So, here the stem is reduced and it is disc shaped. Examples include onion, garlic and lily. Onion, garlic and lily. Done. Clear till here? Clear all the 4 types of underground stem modification. So, what you have to remember here exactly beta, which part of the stem is actually getting modified. In stem tuber, it is terminal portion of the underground lateral branch is getting swollen. Example is what? Potato. Rhizome, it is growing horizontally parallel to the soil surface and it is mostly branched, and this will be the examples. Third is corm. Okay, this grows vertically and it is unbranched. Examples include what? Zaminkan, Amorphophallus and Colocasia. Fourth is what? Bulb. Best examples are onion and garlic, okay, where you can learn it under simple tunic and this is under compound tunic, where stem is reduced and disc shaped. Examples include onion, garlic and lily. Now, subaerial stem modifications, very important, quite a times only from subaerial modifications it is picked and asked. If you ask me, ma'am, which is important from underground, subaerial and aerial stem modifications, I will say first it is subaerial stem modifications. Okay. So, first here you see, ma, first is what? Runner type of modification. How you can describe runner type of subaerial stem modification is, this is elongated prostrate branches with long internodes. Elongated prostrate branches with long internodes. This lateral branches will spread into new niches, which form new plants when older parts die. This is how it is propagating vegetatively, okay, and roots will arise at the nodes naturally, okay. So, what are the 3 descriptions of runner, ma? One is this elongated prostrate branches, second is they will spread into new niches, and third is what? Roots arise at the nodes. Examples include oxalis and runner. Oxalis and runner. Sorry, oxalis and grasses. Clear, right? Next is what? Offset, okay. So, here offset type of stem modification, mostly you will see it in the aquatic plants. Lateral branch here is just one internodal length, unlike runner where the lateral branches are prostrating and spreading out to the new niches. Here it is just one internodal length, and each node bears a rosette of leaves and tuft of balancing roots. Here you can see rosette of leaves means bunch of leaves and tuft of balancing roots, okay, and in between each it is just one internodal length. So, this is the description from the base of the discoid stem. You are having at each node tuft of roots and rosette of leaves. Examples include aquatic plants like Pistia and Eichhornia. Quite a times asked. Good evening, Abdul. Continue with the class, beta. Abdul, update me on the worksheet, ma. Okay. Next is stolon. How can you describe stolon as? There will be a slight confusion between stolon and sucker, but you have to grab that slight difference, else you will be confused. So, here you see a slender lateral branch arises from the base of the stem, base of the main axis. So, this after growing aerially for some time, this will arch downwards and touches the ground, but this will not go beneath the ground. After growing aerially for some time, this will arch the ground, bend downwards, and this will touch the ground. That is it. This is the modification of stolon, whereas in sucker that grows beneath underground the soil. Okay. So, examples of stolon includes nerium and jasmine. Nerium and jasmine. Clear? Next is sucker. Here lateral branches will originate from the basal and underground portion of the main axis. They will grow horizontally beneath the soil and they will then come up obliquely upwards and gives rise to the leafy shoots. Okay. So, here the one which is growing down, this is also learnt under the modification of rhizome, because this grows parallelly to the soil surface. Fine. So, this is the description of sucker. If it is underground the soil, coming up obliquely, then it is sucker. If it is arching downwards and touching the soil surface, that is a modification of stolon. That is the slightest difference. Example. Sucker. Yeah. Example include under sucker, chrysanthemum, pineapple and banana. chrysanthemum, pineapple and banana. Now, aerial stem modifications. Aerial stem modification, if you see, what gets modified in the stem region? In the stem region, bud region gets modified, be it terminal bud or the axillary bud here. First is what? Stem tendrils. Terminal bud of grapevines are modified to tendril. Axillary buds of gourds are modified to tendril. Examples include cucumber, pumpkin and watermelon. For gourds. Okay, auxiliary bud is getting modified here. Here it is terminal bud. Okay, so slender spirally coiled structures. How can you describe stem tendrils as? These are slenderly coiled, slender spirally coiled structures, and they will support weak and tender stems. They will support weak and tender stems of the plant, of the climber especially. Clear, right? Next is thorns. The axillary buds modified to hard woody pointed structures, and these are also modifications of what? Axillary buds and terminal buds. They will protect the plant from grazing animals. Examples include citrus and bougainvillea. Citrus and bougainvillea. Clear, right, ma? So, stem tendrils or thorns. Which part of the stem is getting modified? Auxiliary buds or terminal buds. Next is phylloclade. Okay, phylloclade, cladophyll, phyllodes. These terms will be a bit confusing, but you have to know that difference. What is a phylloclade? In the arid regions, some plants will modify their stem. Stem is completely modified into a fleshy flattened structure, for example in Opuntia, fleshy cylindrical structure, for example in Euphorbia, needle-like structure in Casuarina. Okay, Opuntia, Euphorbia and Casuarina. So, they are of what? Phylloclades are branches of unlimited growth. Okay. They contain chlorophyll and they carry out what? Photosynthesis. Here stems are carrying out photosynthesis. As stem is modified to fleshy, flattened cylindrical structures, here in Opuntia and Euphorbia, leaves are modified to needle-like structures. Leaves are modified to thorns to reduce the process of transpiration.
So, they come under thorns or thorns?
For leaf modification they will come. Okay. Stem modification into flattened and cylindrical structures. These are the adaptations which are shown by what? Yeah, xerophytes. Here leaves are reduced to spines or scaly leaves, I told you, to reduce the process of transpiration. And next is what? Cladophylls. Here green branches of limited growth, they are modified to perform photosynthesis. Green branches are modified to perform what? Photosynthesis. These leaves are modified to scales or spines. Stem is modified to, green branches are modified to perform photosynthesis, and leaves are modified to scales or spines. Cladophylls, best example is what? Asparagus and ruscus. I hope you have got phylloclades and cladophylls. No doubt here, no? And last is bulbils. Bulb, that is underground stem modification. This is aerial stem modification. Bulbil is nothing but here vegetative buds or floral buds will store food material, either vegetative bud or floral bud. Vegetative bud storing the food material, you can see the example in Dioscorea. Floral bud storing the food material, you can see it under agave. Okay. When they detach from the parent plants, they develop into what? Adventitious roots. When they detach from the parent plants, they develop into adventitious roots. They help in vegetative reproduction. Okay. Next, so this is done, stem modifications. Once we will recall the examples. Okay. For stem tuber, what is the example, ma? Stem tuber.
Potato.
Yes. Which part of the stem is getting modified? Lateral branch, terminal portion of the lateral branch is getting swollen. Rhizome examples? Ginger and
ginger and
Calm, Amorphophallus
and Colocasia.
And Colocasia. Fine. Bulb,
Onion, garlic.
yeah, onion and garlic. Runner, oxalis and grasses.
Stolon,
What are the important points here to remember, ma? For runner, the lateral branches will spread into new niches. Okay. And stolon,
roots aerated internodes and branches with long
yes.
internodes.
Stolon examples include
Nerium and jasmine.
Nerium and jasmine. Offset, pistia and
Echinora.
yeah, ecornia.
Ecornia.
Sucker examples,
Chrysanthemum.
chrysanthemum,
Pineapple and banana.
yeah, chrysanthemum. Take down this in one single sheet beta. And banana. Stem tendrils include
Citrus, bougainvillea.
citrus and bougainvillea. Thorns,
Opentia
opantia.
for fleshy elongate.
No, that comes under phylloclades. Citrus and bougainvillea under thorns.
Cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon.
Yeah, guards like cucumber, pumpkin and watermelon, they come under stem tendrils.
Vines under grape.
Yes. Here citrus and bougainvillea. Phylloclades is just now what you have said, that is opentia, euphorbia, and next cladophylls examples.
Asparagus and ruscus.
Yeah, asparagus and ruscus. Bulbils include like vegetative buds and floral buds. Vegetative buds, Dioscorea. Floral buds, I gave. Okay. So, clear with all the examples? Any doubt anywhere? Yeah. Next is leaf. Okay. Leaf is green, flattened lateral structure which is borne on the node of the stem. How leaves are arranged? They are arranged in acropetal order. Acropetal order is nothing but younger leaves are towards the apex, older leaves are towards the base. That is the acropetal order of arrangement. Important vegetative organs, these are the leaves are the important vegetative organs for photosynthesis. Next, leaf has three regions or three parts. One is leaf base, second is petiole and third is leaf blade or lamina. First is leaf base. Leaf base will bear what? Stipules. Stipules are nothing but the small bract-like structures. These are stipules. Green small bract-like structures are called as stipules which are present at the base of the leaves. And in monocots, this leaf base is expanded into a sheath. This covers the stem either partially or wholly. Okay. In leguminous plants, you can see swollen leaf base. That swollen leaf base is called as what? Pulvinous leaf base. Firstly, you are clear with leaf base, right? At leaf base, what structures are present? Stipules are present. In monocots, leaf base is completely covering the stem either partially or wholly. In leguminous plants, that is in Fabaceae members, leaf base will have pulvinous leaf base. Okay. And then petiole. Petiole is the one which connects the leaf to the leaf base and the lamina. This is the connectivity link. So, this exposes lamina to the light and this is described as long, thin, flexible petioles. Like they will provide the cooling effect and they will bring fresh air to the leaf surface. Okay. Next, leaf blade or lamina. This is the expanded part of the leaf with veins and veinlets. Okay, leaf blade or lamina is the expanded part of the leaf with veins and veinlets. Like middle, you can see a prominent midrib. Okay, and veins will provide rigidity to the veinlets. They will act as channels for the transport of water and minerals. Fine. These are the three regions of the leaf. One is leaf base, second is petiole and third is leaf blade or lamina. Okay, and these are the points you have to cover under this. Fine, right. Next, venation. Arrangement of veins and venlets in the lamina of the leaf, this is venation. Okay, you can see two types of venation, one is reticulate and the other is parallel. Reticulate venation, at the center one midrib will be there and lateral veins are arranged like this, whereas in parallel venation all the veins are parallel to each other. Yes, types of the leaves. Okay, simple leaf and compound leaf. Simple leaf, you can see a single leaf arising from the each node. Examples include hibiscus, pear and mango. Compound leaf, here you can see pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf. Pinnately compound leaf, at each leaflet, leaflets are arranged like this at each node. Okay, whereas in palmately compound leaf all the leaves are arranged coming out from a single node. Okay, here under pinnately compound best examples you can take as neem and tamarind. Under palmately compound example you can take as silk cotton.
Ma'am, what about papaya?
Papaya is palmately. Phyllotaxy. Okay, what is phyllotaxy? Arrangement of leaves.
Leaf axis or
Yes, arrangement of leaves and leaflets on the branches of the stem or on the nodes of the stem. First is alternate phyllotaxy, where at each node a single leaf arises. Okay, best examples include hibiscus rosa sinensis, that is China rose, mustard and sunflower. Okay, if two leaflets are arranging from each node, then it is called as opposite phyllotaxy. Examples include calotropis and guava. Next is world phyllotaxy. At each node more than two leaflets will arise. Examples include nerium and alstonia. Okay, so these are the examples under phyllotaxy. Primary function of any leaf includes what? Photosynthesis, transpiration and gaseous exchange. Okay, leaf modifications include leaf tendrils, leaf spines, storage organs, phyllodes, insectivorous leaves and vegetative propagation. These are the different leaf modifications. First is leaf tendrils. Wild pea, whole leaf will modify into a tendril for climbing. Whole leaf here is modifying to a tendril in wild pea. And here stipules will become foliaceous and here stipules are performing photosynthesis. Whereas in sweet pea or edible pea, only the upper leaflets are modifying into tendril. Only upper leaflets are modifying into tendril for the purpose of climbing. Okay. Clear? Next is leaf spines. Here leaves are modified to small sharp pointed structures. This is to reduce what? Transpiration. This will protect the plant from browsing animals. The function of the leaf spine, the modification is for what purpose? To protect from the browsing animals or herbivores. Examples include what? Aloe vera and cactus. Next is storage organs. Like when we have learned the example of bulb under underground stem modification, there the bud which is inside is the modification of stem, but the leaves which are scaly leaves which are surrounding this stem shoot bud, these are the scaly leaves which come under the modification of storage organs of leaves. Okay, here scaly leaves are storing the food material. As such you can see dry scaly leaves and fleshy scaly leaves. Dry scaly leaf is in the outer region and fleshy scaly leaves are inside. This is observed both in the simple tunic that is onion and compound tunic that is garlic. And succulent leaves, this is one modification. Here leaves will store water and mucilage. Okay. Have you taken down the examples of all this? This is completely memory based beta, completely memory based, and all the points to be covered I have included in this PDF. Okay. You have to cover this at any cost. Next, phyllodes. Leaves are pinnately compound here. Okay. Leaves are pinnately compound. Leaflets are small and short lived. Okay. Leaflets small and short lived. Here petioles are green colored and they expand to perform photosynthesis. Example, best example is Australian acacia. Take down. Phyllodes, leaves are pinnately compound. Leaflets are small and short lived. Petioles are green colored and they will expand to perform photosynthesis. So, phyllodes is a leaf modification. Phylloclade comes under what? Stem modification, aerial stem modification. Clear, right, ma? Next, insectivorous leaves. Here the modified leaves are modified to trap insects. For what purpose? Nitrogen requirement. Leaves are modified for nitrogen requirement. Best examples include pitcher, Nepenthes, Dionaea, which is Venus flytrap. So, here the upper petiole is modified to tendril. Upper petiole is first modified to what, ma? Tendril. Next, lower petiole is modified to phylloid. Pitcher, that is lamina of the leaf. Pitcher is the modification of lamina. And stipules which are present at the leaf base, they are expanded and they are performing photosynthesis. So, which part in the insectivorous leaves are performing photosynthesis? What is your answer? Stipules. These are the expanded form and these are expanded to perform what? Photosynthesis. Leaf apex here is what? Lead. Leaf apex is lead. Clear? Understood? Last modification of leaf, that is reproductive leaves. Here leaves modified to help what? Vegetative propagation. Leaves are modified to help in vegetative propagation. So, in bryophyllum, the epiphyllous buds, those buds which grow on the leaves, these are called as what? Epiphyllous buds. These epiphyllous buds are arising from the notches of the leaves. Okay, and this epiphyllous buds will develop into adventitious roots. Epiphyllous buds will develop into adventitious roots, and once they detach and develop, they will develop into an individual plants. Okay, clear till here? Any doubt anywhere? Once you take down all the important points, and then we will go for the questionnaire practice. Okay, I will scroll on the previous slides. Till where did you copy, ma? Not just examples, Kunal, I am asking you to take down all the important points as well. Have you? No? All these points are important, Kunal. Yeah. I hope till underground stem modifications you have written, right? Yeah, runner you take down.
Also I took down only
From offset.
offset.
That single page will not at all be sufficient. Take it down neatly and clearly. Once it is done, let me know, I will just scroll the slide. Good, Abdul. Stolon did you take, ma? Abdul respond. With the examples you take, have some patience and take, because this is purely memory based, each and every point is important. Done? Yeah. Next is what? Sucker. Just take down that slightest difference between stolon and sucker. Examples are important at any cost. Yes, Abdul, you have to take down all the points, ma. If at all you have missed any slide, na, you just drop a message. I will go back to that slide. Done? Next is stem tendrils, aerial stem modifications. You keep the heading of aerial stem modification and then take down this. Specify both the modification of terminal bud and auxiliary bud. Good, Abdul. Revise all the examples, ma. Thorns. Once it is done, just let me know. Done? Phylloclades. You should clearly know like which is fleshy flattened, cylindrical flattened and needle-like structures. And here you have to be clear with the parallel leaf modification into thorns. And here branches of stem are of unlimited growth and they will contain what? Chlorophyll to perform photosynthesis. Next is cladophylls. These are branches of limited growth. You have to know the clear difference between phylloclade and cladophyll. Yes, Abdul, alum sipa, but it is CEPA. Abdul, parallelly work on the DPPs beta, open the module and work on the DPPs. If you are not getting anywhere, just drop a message. Done with cladophylls? Bulbils. Done? This chart is already with you. Now take down the basic points and intro of leaf and then parts of the leaf and then leaf modifications. I will make you done. We have time. Just take down 2 points here, that is it. And then parts of the leaf. What is the leaf based modification in monocotyledons and leguminous plants? And then what is the activity of petiole? And then about leaf blade or lamina. Take it quickly. Once you finish the leaf modifications, we will go for objective. Venation. Venation, this you can take like reticulate is for dicot, parallel is for monocots, and then types of the leaves you take down. Examples are enough here. Simple pinnately compound and palmately compound. Phyllotaxy, examples enough. Alternate, opposite and whorled phyllotaxy. Done? Next is leaf modifications. First you take down leaf tendrils. Done? Leaf spines.
Shear, sharp pointed structures. Just transportation.
If you have missed out anything, take down beta. Next is storage organs and succulent leaves. Phyllodes.
Pinnately compound, leaflets are small and short-lived.
Just 2 more leaf modifications and then we will go for the objective. Take down patiently. Again, it will be a problem at the time of revision if you are not taking it properly. Insectivorous plants. Done? Like which part is modifying to what? Should be clear. Last reproductive leaves. You have anything to take in the previous slide? Reproductive leaves lastly and then we will go for the objective. Leaf modifications. Done, right? Now, first question. Just a second. Just a second. Statement based, which is asked in NEET 2022. Abdul, you also answer, ma. Very simple. He is just asking you to identify the correct set. You can take the reference of class notes and answer. Very good, Kunal. Option, except option A, all the other statements are true. Once we will go through. See, the leaflets are modified into pointed hard thorns. No, what are modified into hard thorns?
Stem.
In stem, what region? Auxiliary buds or terminal buds. Here it is auxiliary buds are modifying, not leaflet. So this will be wrong. Second is what? Auxiliary buds form slender and spirally coiled tendrils in cucumber and pumpkin. True. Next, stem is flattened and fleshy on opuntia and modified to perform functions of the leaves. True. And then rhizophora shows vertically upwards this upward growing roots that helps to get the oxygen for respiration. And then subaerially growing stems in grasses and strawberry, they will help in what? Vegetative propagation. Okay, except A, all the other statements are true. And then, yeah, here, from regions of root. Second question. First you identify the regions. Which of the following statements is correct with respect to the given figure showing different zones of the typical root? This is region of
Maturation.
Yeah, region of maturation.
Region of elongation. Region of meristematic activity.
Yeah. So, region of the maturation where the cells are differentiated both structurally and physiologically. So, here this will be the most prominent region or suitable region for what? Anatomical studies of the root. So, option C will be correct. Next.
Option B.
Option B. Okay. Maturation, secondary growth, good. And B, elongation region, lengthening of root, because primarily cell elongation takes place. Next, C is root cap for protection, thimble-like structure which is at the apex region of the root. Next, meristematic activity is for cell division, purely that is assigned for cell division. So, here option B will be the right answer. Next, third question. Very simple, direct question you can answer. Pistia and Ecornea. Option C. Last question of today's session, beta. Think and answer. Don't be in rush. A3,
B4,
hmm.
C1, D5.
Stop. Colocasia, storage stem, okay. Watermelon, stem tendril, B4, A3, B4. Opuntia, fleshy, flattened stem, not cylindrical stem. Cylindrical, D is 5. D is 5.
Option D.
Yeah, A is 3, B is 4, C is 1, yeah, fleshy flattened stem, D is 5 and E is 2, that stem thorns, bougainvillea, which is option D. Okay. So, here ends the vegetative characteristics of the plant in morphology, where we are done with root modification, stem modification and leaf modifications with descriptions of root, stem, leaves and also covering regions of the root. And the next segment from every year you will get that is floral characteristics of the plant. Okay. Floral characteristics where flower symmetry based on the position of the ovary, placentation, aestivation, everything you have to learn. Okay. Very important segment coming up. So, in our next class we will be finishing off floral characteristics and then we will move on to the families. So, that is all for today's session, beta. Thank you.